Hey, fantasy friends. Well, the first week of NFL football, or as I call it, Nirvana, because football is finally back, has come and gone. And I don't know how your fantasy team did. I want to hear about it. But mine, I'm pretty proud of. They did pretty well. I'm pretty excited about it. Once I handily beat my opponent this week, and I mean handily beat, I turned my sights to the high score of the week because I'm very competitive and I want to win everything. And the high score gets a money prize in my league. We have a 12 team league, and so I'll take that high score. Plus, it was the first week. I really wanted to come out fighting and dominant and show these guys that I know what I'm doing. But I lost by 4 points. Sadly, to the top guy. He had 114, I had 110, and the reason why I lost was primarily due to my not starting Noshan Moreno. I didn't trust what he was doing down there in Miami yet, but suffice it to say, I'm now a believer because he was my highest scoring player this week and he was on my bench. That being said, everybody else, though, on my team did really, really well. This is the first time I've ever had a team that was that level, that nobody really bit the dust. So the other reason why I lost too had to do with the fact that the guy who did win the high score of the week had both Calvin Johnson and Julius Thomas on his team, scoring 56 points overall for those two players. So that was pretty tough to beat. And my highest scoring player was 17 points with DeMarco Murray and Drew Brees. So moving on from my favorite players this week. My badass of the week this week was actually not even the highest scoring player. The badass of the week this week had to do with a player that I saw back in the draft and just fell in love with. Fell in love with him, and I said, you know, I'm going to keep an eye on this guy, and watched him through training camp, and he delivered for me this week because he was a rookie and nobody knew about him. I got him late in my draft, took the chance on him, started him this week, and that was Brandon Cooks of the New Orleans Saints. Now, most of you out there are probably saying, who? Exactly what I counted on from my opponents. When he scored his touchdown this week and he was just getting every pass thrown to him, here was the dance that I was doing in my living room. It looked something like this. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Nobody knew about this guy. I picked him up so cheap. It was something like that. So I'm hoping that Brandon will give me a few more dance moves to do this week. I think the Saints they're playing the Browns this week. I think he's going to give me a lot to sing about, and I'm very excited. Now, for the people that are in my doghouse this week, and I say people because there's always somebody that goes in your doghouse for the week, somebody that doesn't perform the way that they should perform. Well, these two guys didn't even get a chance to perform because they're on my team and they went ahead and got suspended for 4 weeks. So Wes Welker and Matt Prater, you guys are in the doghouse and you're going to be there for the next 4 weeks. And somebody may come and join you, but my hope is that nobody joins you because I want you to sit there and think about what you've done and perhaps learn a lesson. Doghouse for you boys. Very disappointed. Suspended. Come on. Like we don't know performance-enhancing drugs are not good for you. Now, Matt Prater, I know it was alcohol-related, but come on, dude. Man up. So, moving on to next week. Next week, my opponent is British. So he knows nothing about the National Football League. So if I don't win this week, I'm going to be very disappointed in myself. But I have a feeling that I'm going to handily hand it to him, just like I did Papa Taco last week. Now, so this week, here's who I'm starting. Drew Brees, DeMarco Murray, Noshan Moreno, Pierre Thomas in my flex position, Reggie Wayne, Brandon Cooks, Rob Gronkowski, Let's see here. Rob Gronkowski, Seahawks D, and Blair Walsh as my kicker while I'm waiting for Mr. Matt Prater to come back. On my bench will be, let's see here, Wes Welker and Matt Prater, obviously. Chris Ivory of the Jets. And I'm kind of deciding, I don't know, should I start him or do I start Pierre Thomas? But with the Saints playing the Browns this week, I think I got to start Pierre Thomas. Josh McCown is on my bench, and he's really just there for when Drew Brees is not on his bye week. And then I picked up Alan Hearns, the Jacksonville wide receiver. I know it was probably a fluke first game, but he was not on the waiver wire. Nobody had added him yet. I got him for free, so I'm taking him and see what he does the next couple of weeks and see if I need to throw him into the lineup. So there's my week. I want to hear about yours and let me know what do you think of my flex position, because I'm really interested in hearing what you guys think, if I should start Ivory or do I start Pierre Thomas. So until next week, good luck. I hope your players score lots of points and don't get injured. And apparently we need to worry about them getting suspended too. See you next week.